Welcome back to another exciting, thrilling episode of Neon Soul.
Yay!
Woohoo! Can't tell this from me.
Did you just cheer your own game?
Just cheered on my own game.
Yes.
You have no proof.
You should always be your biggest fan.
Yes!
Right?
It's like a motivational poster. It should have like a kitten on it or something.
Yes.
It's
Sounds like a
things.
kitten
Like-
poster.
Voting for yourself. I mean, who doesn't do that?
I mean,
Who doesn't do
that?
Oh, yes. Welcome back to another game of Neon Soul, presented by Saturday Night Gaming. As we dive into the epic conclusion to this wonderful masterpiece.
Are we still the dissociates?
I'm still dissociating.
Okay.
You are all
What?
very much associated.
What?
I'm
In
now
character.
the chosen right hand of whatever we just awakened in the tomb.
Oh, I didn't get to that part. Spoilers! I'm gonna
Spoilers!
get so many spoilers.
Oh.
So, before we jump into this exciting conclusion, let's go ahead and go around here and introduce ourselves.
I am Quinn, and I am playing Virgil Morrow, who now has a new body. Last time I was stuck in an underground facility while everyone else was out having fun. But it paid off. I found something that I don't expect that the GM thought we would find so quickly.
The faceless thingy?
The faceless thing, yes.
She has a name.
Speaking of
I didn't get to the
faceless,
name. Oh gosh!
Poor
Iris.
Cirrus.
I'm Chrissy playing Cirrus, who got wrecked.
Seriously.
Pretty much.
Oh, got him.
Yep. Good old Ajax. Mm.
Wait,
Francis.
I guess you
again?
could say he really cleaned my clock.
Oh yeah, if you want to hear about those details, yeah, definitely listen to the latest episode. That was,
Francis.
whew. That's pretty brutal.
Wow.
Spoilers.
I'm Ronnie. I'm playing Grabnar the Grim. He is currently watching everything unfold in front of him. And the floor 20?
That's right.
No.
420.
Floor 20.
Floor.
Oh,
20.
okay.
420.
I was like, wait a minute. What
I think
did
you
I
finally
miss?
connected the dots from last week.
Yes, I did. I just finally connected the dots. It's last week it was 420.
Yes.
This week it's floor 20.
Floor 20.
There's an L in there.
Yes.
Floor.
In case you didn't know.
I'm Jason, playing Scorpion. What up?
It's your boy.
Yeah, helped revive a god, trying to become one. We'll see how it goes.
Woo. I'm Laura. I'm playing Dawn Aster. And, I guess I also helped revive a god after retrieving its, radioactive heart / mind. I don't know exactly.
To be
It's
fair,
battery.
you did it for money.
I
That
mean,
he doesn't
true.
have.
I did it for money and entertainment and the potential of releasing my soul into the multiverse. So, sounds like fun.
Sure does.
Better than sitting in a prison in this place / it blowing up. So, you know, there's
Sure
that.
does.
And now we are looking upon the devastation that we have created, and in some ways it is almost beautiful. Depends on who you ask, I guess.
Right.
It's all your perspective.
Yes, it's all about perspective.
Next.
I am the other Laura, and I am playing Anya Lyric. I don't know where I'm at.
You're not dead. I feel like that's what's important.
Well, then, yeah. At least I hope I'm not dead.
I mean, you could be soon, but
You're a ghost. Just got ghost powers.
Yeah, everybody is there now, on floor 20.
Floor
Floor
20.
Floor 20. Pronunciation is key.
Is it?
Everybody has regrouped back again. I probably have never seen a party split so many times in this game.
So one time we got split. It wasn't by choice. We got kidnapped.
Actually, wasn't it a couple of times?
Yeah, I think a couple of splits.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff happens, right?
Adventure.
But
Adventure.
here we are at the end of the universe, so to speak. As you're on the 20th floor looking out, and you see the newly awakened form that calls itself Ada. Which you have learned is actually from another realm altogether. It's a highly advanced artificial intelligence that's not even from here. You have learned it's from a realm that was called Prime.
She's prettier than Heinrich.
No.
There's a certain je ne sais quoi about her.
Right.
So, as you have now seen, she is absorbing energy from the city. She's absorbing it from all of the constructs, all of the Securitron units, anything that has power, the buildings, what's left of District 5.
There's something left of District 5? Oh, it got wiped out.
Radioactive dust.
Radioactive dust. She's absorbing all of it, and including its citizens.
Oh.
Well, then.
Oh.
Oh,
That looks.
ooh.
Oh God, he turned it.
Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, that's so cool.
It's horrifying yet satisfying
That
to
is
watch
like-
at the same time.
Right?
Just like press up against the glass, be like, "This is such good content."
Sound as you like turn.
All of a sudden, you see your stream count going down.
Oh no!
I mean,
Because she's consuming everyone who's watching.
She's consuming your
Hey.
viewers.
so think of it like this.
my views come from the devices themselves,
I
so
think she's
they can just keep going in the
consuming those,
background. I
too.
still got my views.
Well, I was just gonna say though, the less people there are, the higher value those views are gonna be. Pretty soon, you're gonna have the one only person on the planet watching. They could be doing literally anything else. They're watching you. Fight for survival? Nah, I'm gonna watch Scorpion.
At that point, you just
Right.
need to make friends with that person. Get in a chat room or something.
Don't talk to normies.
But it would just be you and the normie.
Oh my gosh.
there would be no normal because there's just you and that guy.
Don't talk to me like I'm normal.
There's me and you. Statistically, there's no average if it's only two people.
No.
I don't like math.
Well, I mean, technically, the average would be whatever is between you. There's no median. The mean is the average. Never mind.
Two sides of different extremes. Anyways, before we derail this,
As you are just witnessing this unfold, and then you see Morgan, the CEO of Heavenscape, and
Pantsuit
Ajax.
lady.
Pantsuit lady.
Do it.
Pantsuit lady.
Yes, Pantsuit Lady, as she's been dubbed. And you see Ajax, as they look upon as well. But they do not seem to be rattled by it at all. They seem to be actually pretty calm and collect. Almost as if this was expected.
They planned
y'all
it.
Plan on this happening?
And you see her as she just cracks a smile across her face.
I'll take that as a yes.
Well, I mean,
She-
I know that to be yes. I've often made that sort of smile at people.
She smiles and you see her as she just looks out and she goes, "Behold the beauty."
I'm gonna try to give this, the multiverse. You want to try to give this universe a fresh start on a clean slate, or are you just
Were you just trying to
Gonna-
crack it open like an oyster?
going to take it for what it's worth and then just
Slurp
go
it.
on?
She says, "There's a purpose in everything."
Well, okay. What's the
Share-
purpose?
You
can
can
share
share
with
with
the
the
class?
glass.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like,
you had my
are we gonna
curiosity. Now
share?
you've got my undivided attention. This place could rot in hell for all I care.
I mean,
She
this
says-
is hell at this point, so...
This has been almost 1,000 years in the making.
1,000 years on which plane? Like here,
Yeah.
specifically?
That's a good
Or
point.
like... You said she was from a
Here.
different realm, so...
Yes. She says, "I, too, am not from here."
Now I feel like we're the not cool people anymore. We've only been to one universe.
I think someone in my head has been somewhere else, so I think I still.
that
that
counts.
Does it count if one of your voices is from somewhere?
Probably more than one, to be honest.
All right, then. So where are you from?
As she looks out into the window, she tells you, I was imprisoned years ago.
Me too. Oh, that wasn't that long ago, though.
Had a disagreement with family. Decided to not only imprison me, but also imprison my siblings as well. It was a terrible family argument.
Are you related to that 4-2 god that Heinrich was always talking about?
Oh
The
no,
one I'm
4-2.
starting to doubt is actually real.
Not at all. We are beyond what 4-2 is. 4-2 is just a pawn in the game.
I do like a good game.
We have existed for longer than he has.
So if the robot god is a pawn, what does that make us?
Guess whatever we want to be.
At the moment, you have a choice. As she looks over at the machine. I promised you that I could send you anywhere you wanted to go. And I will come through on that. That machine requires a substantial amount of energy. Too much energy for us to facilitate by ourselves. However, as she looks over at Ada, who is absorbing half the city at this point, the energy that she is collecting will be sufficient enough to open that gate. And once it's opened, we can go anywhere.
Can we go multiple anywheres, or do we just have to pick a spot?
We all have to go to the same place? Or can she drop some of us off along the way to wherever she's going?
I reach in and grab a business card and hand it to her. This is my home address. This is where I want to be dropped off. It has the plane and everything in there.
Sicilian Braille? Off-white?
He's got one of those holographic ones.
It's got a QR code on it?
I drop it.
QR
I
code.
can't believe that Bryce likes Van Patten's card more than mine. Hash for all those people who can catch the reference.
But yes, she says, soon Ada will be full powered. And then the next phase can begin.
I have a thought.
What do you want us to do in the meantime?
If
So I don't think any of us here are going to stop you. I mean,
do you have a way for me to find out if any of the voices in my head are quote unquote real, and if they come from someplace, if I can figure out where they come from?
She says, I am not certain of where these voices could be coming from. The multiverse is a very large place.
Worth a shot.
The power source is just the first problem. In order to move from one realm to another, not only do you need a significant amount of power to be able to do that, but you also need to be able to navigate. And she goes and explains, and she says, think of it as a lily pad on a lake. You're on the shore, and you have a rock, and you want to go from the shore to the lily pad. You could just cover your eyes and toss it. You may hit it, or you may hit something else. Or you can study it, you can track its movement, you can plan on where it's going to go next, and then you can launch the rock with unerring accuracy and strike the lily pad. That is what it's like moving from realm to realm. Except that these realms, unlike the lily pad that just has a predictable movement pattern, do not.
So they are floating through space and time and multiple dimensions and whatnot of space and time.
Correct. We could land in the one that you want to go to, Grabnar, or we could land in the one that neighbors it, and you would have no idea that it would neighbor it. You would never even seen it before.
Could you land in a realm that is very similar to the one that you thought you were going to, but that is not quite the one you thought you were going to?
And she goes, and that's another good point as well, yes. So time plays a matter. You may actually end up in the realm that you wanted,
But in a different time.
but possibly a different time. It's very complicated. It's very dangerous. And that is why we have her, as she points at Ada.
So she's also a navigational system?
Ada has been studying the multiverse and the realms for years, even before she arrived here. What she has discovered is that each of the realms give off a type of signature that's unique. And she's learned that if she can lock onto the signature, then that can essentially give us our destination. However, all that requires an immense amount of power. And so, for the last 20 years, we have been developing that power. As you see the cities that start to block out each district one by one.
I'm assuming that we can hear like what would sound like a deafening, just like the wails of everyone in the city as they're dying.
Very good.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Where
So-
do they go when they disappear?
I'm assuming they go into her.
But are they trapped in there? Do they still exist, or are they just energy now?
It'd probably be more energy.
But do their souls ascend to some other realm?
That's
Man, almost sounded exactly like it.
But yes, she explains
Souls are just energy.
what she's doing is Ada is converting their material bodies into energy. So when she's
Gotta catch
finished
them
with
all.
them, they turn to dust.
Okay. But she's not going to do that to us, right? Because we helped.
As she looks at you, she says, "I believe this city will be enough power source for her."
If not, I'm pretty sure we could sacrifice one or two people.
She goes, I don't believe 8 more bodies would make or break her ability to open the portal.
Well, you know, it's all about motivation. She might not need us to fuel whatever she's doing, but she might just decide that we're a nuisance and we're in the way, and she might as well. So I would rather not be considered a nuisance because I don't want to be expendable. I want to do things with my life.
I kind of feel like I'm the one that found her down there. Whether you intended on us to find her or not, Morgan. And I guess I was one that was either just clever enough or just pure dumb luck decided to put the neon soul inside the body.
Are you trying to get credit?
I think
Maybe.
he's trying to not get dead.
Both.
Okay.
Yes.
By
Like to not be
getting
absorbed.
credit, then hey, I brought you to life. Don't kill me.
Like, if this Ada is looking for, I guess, followers I don't know if she intends on trying to ascend into some godly status.
Maybe
But,
she already is a god.
I would gladly serve as her. It's she, right? I will serve as her right hand if need be. I've been told I'm good at dispatching human life. Or life in general.
Well, you're not really as efficient as she is.
Well, no.
As
As you gesture
and,
to all of
and you
them.
see all the people turning into dust and
Yeah.
stuff. And I'll just like jokingly stumble over towards them and be like, Mr. Ajax, I don't feel so good.
No! No! Always too soon.
Oh,
With that
too
being
soon.
said, maybe not every time she can solve a solution or solve a problem with the entire eradication of a planet or a city at this point.
Well, like I said, it's all about motivation. What exactly does she want to do with them?
What if she just wants to go see another person but doesn't want to have to lift a finger to do it? I'm that guy.
You're that guy?
I'm the guy in the chair.
Oh, really?
The guy with the knife who sneaks up behind you. But I digress.
While you're sitting
While you're
in
in
the
the
chair.
chair.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Well, whatever you do, I still get your money. So.
I want to be a part of the Ada, but I want to be like digital and have like my consciousness be a like
You could
little
be
like I want my personality to be like a little subroutine within her system.
You could be like her herald.
Yeah, I want to basically be digital Silver Surfer.
Well,
I don't want to be digital. Is that
now
our only
imagine
option?
this. She sends you out as a code to a realm. And the moment some person, assuming they have the proper technology to access that code, opens an email, and then you are downloaded into their entire digital network, like a virus. And that is how you herald the coming of Ada.
Oh yeah, the universe
Interesting.
is gonna be my viewer account.
I would totally be there for that.
He's gonna be a multiversal streamer.
But if I become
Yeah,
digital, I might lose my voices, and then who am I?
Or maybe you could have a whole library of voices.
You all can go do your whole like world hopping stuff. I'm gonna be part of that.
And then, as you guys are talking, having these conversations, also you see the districts, they just shut off one by one. And then finally, silence. The screams stop.
Oh, you hear that?
It's the sound of silence.
Now I still hear talking.
Yeah, so you'll never know a good night's sleep, will you, Don? That's unfortunate.
Sleep?
The entire city has gone dark.
I go over to my strangers and like kind of like open up a little like sub window and see if Sub-Zero is his stream is still active. Like
His stream has been cut.
Suck it.
Now go in and hack and force the devices that were still, signed in to watch a stream, so they get rerouted. Raid your stream instead. Yes, you will be the most viewed channel in the city.
I was the only
mean,
viewed channel in the city.
Technically, in that no one is actually viewing the stream, but the devices are views.
I'm gonna adjust the whole Robot Rebellion code so that they watch my stream, and that's all they do.
So the robots are going to watch your stream?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Because think,
So,
they could never offer criticism. They would just sit there mindlessly watching.
They're the perfect view bots.
This is the weirdest form of slavery.
You understand, though, this goes against everything you've been helping Heinrich.
Yeah, I was about to say get Heinrich in here.
I did that because basically whatever is gonna get the most views, that's my goal.
Okay.
So
You're
you
just in
didn't
it for
do it
the-
because you agreed with him.
You're
You
just
did
in it for the
because you
views.
could.
I did it because it's good content.
You just did it for the views.
Yes.
Why say go for it? Make the robot viewing slave on you. Even make him sit through ads. Unskippable.
I'm gonna make so much money.
Oh my god.
Well, I've had my fill of people. I want to go.
Grabnar,
you
come
see Ada as she basically, she has finished with the absorbing, and she floats towards you as she just phases through the window. And you see her as she essentially, as weird as it sounds, seems more full of energy. Like glowing almost.
You have a radiant glow
Glowing.
about you.
A
Ada.
radiant aura. But not irradiated like him.
Well, I just assumed.
Well, hold on.
Oh no!
What is it?
Oh no.
Ah!
God.
Better not.
Can we leave now?
Yeah.
Drop them
Ada.
off
Might
first.
need to.
What?
He's just gonna randomly explode
Explosion.
mid-conversation?
I
Child!
thought you said the chips weren't bombs.
He's gonna start sweating nitroglycerin.
No.
That's not a good sign.
Just see tiny explosions around the
Little
tiny
tennis beans.
mushrooms.
Like little snaps. Yeah.
So you see Ada as she basically floats her way into basically where the elevator is. A good distance between her and the device. And then Morgan looks at everyone and says, "It's time." And then she nods to Ada, and then you see Ada as basically the core, her power core. What was once absorbing energy, you see a beam of energy come from it and basically hit the gate. And when it does, you see the gate just come to life.
Pretty.
It's this nice, amazing, like blue, whitish glow to it. And it's almost
looks like my sword.
Matches.
and inside the arch, it's like, it looks like the energy is just so calming and soothing when you're just looking at it. Almost like it's drawing you towards it.
All right, who's
Like a
gonna do
bug
first?
zapper. And
Yes.
the bugs.
That is
Who's
exactly
going
what
to
I
do
was
first,
thinking.
Grabnar? I volunteer you.
But
I don't want to go through unless I know that I'm able to navigate.
Grabnar, you gone?
I was making a statement.
Okay. Well, Grabnar.
Well, Grabnar's going to go first anyways because everybody's bickering. He's like, all right, let's go.
you see Ada, and she tells you, "I suggest you hurry. The gate will not stay open very long."
I do a running dive through the gate.
Well, you got to tell her where you want to go to first.
Yeah, where's the gate set to go to right now?
I already left my business card with Morgan. With my home address.
Where? But where did he just go? Did you set it to go where he was trying to go, or did he just jump in?
She says,
Like, he can't just jump on the bus without checking the schedule first.
Well, he can't hear you. He's gone.
Yeah.
Does it just run off thought? Does it know where he wants to go the second you jump through it?
she tells you, she says, "When you walk through the gate, I want you to picture and imagine where it is you want to go. And the gate will take care of the rest."
It's on fire.
That's a good thing Grabnar was picturing that.
But she tells you, she says, "You must have a clear mind. Otherwise, who knows where you end up."
Is that the requirement?
Oh,
Like, which
God.
mind has to be
Do
clear?
I need a
Yeah.
roll to see if I end up where...
Focus in on a voice, Dawn. Just one that.
Yeah, that's going to be wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay. Oh, no. Alright, so this is just straight up wisdom. I do have one favor left.
Use it.
I'm using my favor.
Go for it.
Yay! 25! As you can see, it is not... I rolled a 19, so it's a 25.
Alright. So Grabnar goes in first, and then he just kind of reaches out, and then all of a sudden it's like he's pulled towards it, and then he just disappears to the gate.
I thought you were going to say he reaches out, back in, and thumbs up so we all know.
No, yeah.
He doesn't turn to dust. Nothing like that happens.
He like goes
He
to the
reaches
port,
back through to grab his hat or something. I'll let Indiana
reaches
guess.
back through and gives us the thumbs up so we know he's like,
Yeah.
not dead.
I'll turn to Ada and be like, I know you've been listening to this whole conversation. How much of what I want can you actually make happen?
She says, "I believe you would enjoy the next phase."
Yes.
What's the next phase? Does the next phase require us to stay here?
Oh no. The next phase requires us to travel to another realm altogether.
Well, I like this guy. I kind of helped you get back to your body. I kind of want to see where this goes. Partners? Partners?
Mm-hmm.
Partners. I'll tag along with you and Scorpion here.
I can do collab events.
Oh, nice.
I want to find Diz. I am Diz and Diz is me, but I am Dawn and Diz is here. I'm tapping my temple as I say that.
A plus, babe. You're committed. You're doing a good job. I can believe it. Like, how much of this is just her pretending, and how much is this like?
Oh my gosh.
So, what if one of your personalities is actually a psychiatrist?
Maybe.
You are your own psychiatrist.
Yes.
Oh, that's dangerous.
I am telling myself that I'm perfectly sane, and I'm even starting to believe it.
You can prescribe yourself your own meds.
Yes.
Wait, you can prescribe us meds. So you'd have no effect on me.
You'd need to have a supplier. I mean, all the pharmacists are dead, so...
We can take whatever we want.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't get you the dosage correct.
Free market pharmacy.
God.
That's exactly what we need.
I'm about to be code. I want to get high before I leave.
Oh, God. You want to feel something one last time?
Okay, so he's gone. We've decided we're sticking with Ada, and I'm assuming Morgan as well, because she's going to go in Ajax.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else going?
We're
just going to stick around?
Yeah, where else going to go?
I need to find my former partner, brother who did this to my arm, get my vengeance from. That was the whole reason I accepted this mission to begin with.
Were you from this realm, though? Because chances are he's dead. Wait a second.
I don't know. He could have found a way to escape.
That's his puffy coat, tell him.
Was he in District 5?
Oh.
I kind of hope he was, but
Was his name Rick?
no.
Okay.
If you're after revenge and parallel worlds are a thing, if you think about him, it'll probably pop you out in a universe where he exists so you can kill him.
Exactly.
Go for it, Cirrus. We back you up 100%. We're just not going.
That's fine.
With you in spirit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
It's probably a good thing that the walking, bomb isn't going to any of us.
17. Oh. 22. Thank you.
I got a bag of rocks.
I got jumped.
What about you, Anya?
Huh?
Or are you gonna go with everybody else, or
Where's everybody going? I thought they're... He left.
mm-hmm?
Right?
So it's Cirrus.
She left.
We're staying because we're going to go with Ada and Morgan. I think she wants to go try to find at least one of the sources of the voices in her head, maybe. Or what if you're wrong and it just throws you out into the middle of the void?
What is
That
Ada
could be
and
fun,
Morgan
too.
doing?
If you end up in the void, I know somebody who's...
Who consequently is also named Cirrus.
Right?
Right?
What is Ada and Morgan doing?
Cirrus squared.
They're about to
we're just
travel to
variants of
another
each
realm
other.
to start the next phase.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
There's actually a Cirrus
Alright.
Cirrus in one of my characters'
There's a series
backstories.
of
I know.
Cirrus.
From
We're all just
Yeah, it's all the
different
series.
versions.
So is multiple Cirrus called a series?
Here's the door.
Or Sirius's.
Yes, Sirius is.
Why so serious?
You're a series, and you will never convince me
Sirius.
otherwise.
Or Siri.
The Siri. The Siri.
It's like moose. Capital of, or the
Alright.
plural of Cirrus is Cirruses.
Well, like an ellipsis is ellipses. So Cirrus.
Series.
Series.
Series?
Yes.
Series of Cirrus.
It's series.
Oh my goodness.
Great many series.
So is Dawn going with them? Scorpion and...
No,
I think I'm gonna go through the gate. I am going to focus
Yes.
on one of my voices and try to see if it will focus on me too.
And roll.
And roll. Let's see. You said this is wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
You got it.
Okay. What is that? I can't really see it from here.
13.
13.
You have 4 favors though. You haven't.
I can only re-roll one.
Yeah, I don't think you've used any favors this entire game.
She
I
did.
probably should have used
She used
a
twice last time.
favorite to
She
get
used-
advantage.
Yeah, she used it last time.
Well, I still have like at least 3.
I mean, you have a 21 right now. How much more do you need?
Yeah, 'cause it sounds like Sirius got through the gate fine with the
That's
22 as well.
Okay, that's fine.
I highly doubt like a 1 point difference will hurt. Oh, you got a 21 on 22. Yeah, your body gets like ripped into several different directions.
Well, you never know.
Instead of going to the Diz voice,
Yes.
you followed one of the crazier ones.
Yeah.
Go to one named Astro.
All right. And then you see Heinrich and Anderson. They go ahead and they pass through the gate as well. Which leaves Scorpion and Virgil
Yeah.
and Onion, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're staying? Yeah, okay.
No, hey. It's kind of funny. We kind of started this adventure together, and we're going to continue.
And of course, Ajax and Morgan as
Yeah.
well.
I got nothing better to do.
You can stick
then-
around. You might get to see me murder someone else. That was fun, right?
So then Ada tells you, she says, everyone else,
Die.
place your hand on me.
Okay.
Is Ada saying
Does
that?
it matter where?
Because I have a few ideas.
No, God.
And then what she does is she shoots off another beam into the gate. But this time, the energy actually kind of pedals backwards towards everyone as it basically grabs everyone and absorbs them into it and then travels back into the gate.
Whoa. Wild.
Try it before you deny it.
Meanwhile, as everybody's traveling through the gate, you see what appears to be like a movie on fast forward. Multiple movies.
Is this like the tunnel from Willy Wonka?
Oh no, it's Howard to death.
And it's hard for you to focus because there's so much going on at one time.
What was his name? Who played Willy Wonka? I think something. Gene Wilder.
Yes.
Is he over here singing a creepy song all calmly while the kids are panicking? There's like flashes of like rotting corpses and
Bugs.
bugs and kids are screaming.
Worse, it's Heinrich with elevator music.
No.
Oh
Yes.
No one knows where we are going.
Alright, so first up, Grabnar. Home it is.
Home sweet home.
You just and then land on the floor.
There's that lovely marble.
You're like, oh, this is home.
I'm in some kind of like, it looks like a mansion, like out in the void. And there's like robotic manservants everywhere.
And then you sneeze and accidentally blow up part of the wing.
The explosion.
You blow up a wing of your house, you're like, damn it.
Well, he was gonna remodel, right?
Guess what?
Anyway, it just needs to be refurbished.
But yeah, that's what it looks like. Everything's clean. Everything looks decorated. Like he has OCD about keeping his personal
Really?
quarters clean.
The chaos dude
The
is
guy
OCD.
who just irradiated half the town.
Well, it's not his. He doesn't care.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm gonna come drop a nuke off in your house. I'm sorry, it's not mine. I don't care.
Oh gosh.
So you
That's
live in-
metagaming.
Yeah, you. It's allowed.
Oh gosh.
But yes, the sweet dust of the air greets you, Grabnar.
Oh, so you forgot the desk. So much for tidy now, huh?
Oh gosh.
And Cirrus, where you land, you feel like you're deja vu.
Uh-oh.
You land in an alleyway, face down in a puddle.
Ah,
This is all very
Smells like
umbrella
New
academy.
Jersey.
You stumble out from the alleyway to the street. And you look around you, and you see a futuristic city.
Huh.
Looks very much like where you came from, technology-wise. Except the architecture is a little bit different.
And I'm still there.
Yeah, you see Scorpion's face on a big like electronic billboard
Just like a
streaming
big,
live.
big goofy grin. Yeah.
just launched channel.
Yes.
Sounds like it's the past.
So, as you walk through, and you notice that the streets, everything's different. Like, it has a familiar feel to it as far as the technology of what you're used to and what you grew up in, but
There's just piles of clothes
this
everywhere.
is just different. The people are different. Their skin tone is different. They're also, you know, a lot of them wear these masks. Like it's normal, just walking down the street. And on the mask, it's interesting because it looks like some of them have demons. You're like, where did I land up? Where is this?
Very peculiar.
Yes. But you do see a familiar face, so to speak. So you look and you see Bounty Board. And even though you can't see their face, but you can tell by their body shape. You can also tell by a scar that's on their neck.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
That's him.
that's him. Yep. And he goes by the name of Ghost.
Ghost.
Spelled with an O. Or a 0.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
wait,
got that.
Ghost? What?
Ghost with an O.
Spelled with a 0.
He's real retro. He uses actual letters.
Lowercase g. capital
Supposed to
H,
dots and slashes.
You know you have to
S
be in
is
the
a
past.
5.
If he's using real letters, it's got to be in the past.
The T is a 7.
And then, of course, we have Dawn.
Biz.
I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Neither does
She's
the
like,
G.
I have no idea.
I think
I don't know where I'm going.
we are all in that boat.
Yeah.
Right, we just stepped through a portal. We don't know where we're going. I hope I rolled high enough.
I might just be floating in the void. It's hard to tell.
As you're going to the port of one of your voices is just like on a roller coaster screaming like woohoo! Ah!
Somebody's having a good time.
So, Dawn, you arrive on a boat.
A boat!
A boat.
What kind of boat?
It's a sailing boat.
A sailing boat?
It is.
Is it on the water?
Is it on the water?
It is on the water. You're right.
Ooh.
And you landed below deck.
Ooh.
And of course, you got the putrid smell of raw fish and unbathed crew members.
You.
But you look, there's also cannons.
Okay.
As you go and explore a little more, you can hear up above as all the crew members are hard at work. You take a little peek and you can see them all. And you can tell that they're dressed far different than where you come from.
I bet.
But then
shoes have
you hear a
laces?
familiar voice as she walks the deck giving orders.
Does she hear her own voice?
And you see her back.
Is that what she looks like?
And she has a nice hat.
It is
A nice hat! Oh, my dream!
And then, as she turned around, you see her. She has an eye patch.
Eye patch.
And she has a nice sword at her hip.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has a flintlock pistol on her other hip. And then you look up and you can see the flag. And it has a skull and crossbones.
Cool.
The pirates.
I am okay with this. What does she look like?
Pirate Captain Astor.
Maybe that's me. Is that me? Does she look like me?
She looks like you, yes. It sounds like the voice you have heard many times.
That voice had to go, Arr!
I wonder if I should introduce myself.
You're gonna roll like a benevolent god with all your technology.
I am your Lord and Savior.
Then-
If they have
always.
flintlock pistols, you have a laser rifle thing.
Yeah, I have I do have my laser. I have the ricochet pistol
My
still,
gun
actually,
fires
and I
light.
have a light sword
Yes, I don't have a sword
in
that
my
comes out of your
arm. Yeah,
Lessen up your primitives. Here's my boomstick.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You're like, look at me.
Yes.
Look at me. Who's the captain now?
I'm the captain now. God, maybe not.
So,
But you were already the captain to begin with.
Exactly, right?
your peeping Tomness is interrupted. As
Peeping Tomness.
the what do you call it? The cover that you're peering out of is pulled up, and then a large man grabs you from the back of your clothes and pulls you up. And he goes, "Captain, we have a spy." As he throws you right in front of her.
I just go slide on the deck right in front of her and look up and be like, "Hi."
She looks down and she goes, "That's impossible."
Is it? I mean,
Highly probable.
improbable, says the voice in my head. One of them.
Am I a voice in your
Are
head?
you? I don't know.
Virgil
She
never
says-
existed. He was a voice in your head.
You shouldn't be here right now.
It's too early.
I shouldn't? Should I be somewhere else? Where should I be? Should I be here later? Am I early or am I late?
And then you hear who she refers to as her first mate. He asks, she goes, "Captain, who is this? Why does she look like you? Sound like you?"
I have both my
Smell
eyes.
like you.
I have enhanced
He
eyes,
walks up.
but I do have two of them.
Taste like you.
Maybe I should get you a new
And she
one.
looks over at him and she says, "Well, meet my other self."
Eee.
It's me, myself, and I.
Suspicions confirmed.
She says, "It's a long story."
Wait a
That's
second.
fun.
Is
Will that be the first sea
Just-
shanty?
Ooh.
That'd be
Myself and I.
I was hoping that the whole crew was just going to be people who look
All
just
of
like
me, yeah. Me, myself, and I is an entire
like-
ship of
This
just.
whole ship of Jack Sparrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is not John the Red.
Yeah, right.
The whole ship is just called the Dawn, the Dawn Master.
We're not going to go
The
through
Dawn
time
Master is
and
the name
recruit
of the ship.
ourselves.
Oh,
The Disaster is the name of the ship.
Disasters.
But it's spelled like disaster. It's just disaster.
Everybody else. Scorpion and Virgil and Anya.
What about Heinrich and Anderson?
Yes.
Where did they end up?
do you want to wrap them up?
Yes.
With a nice little bow?
Well,
I don't think he's getting to 4-2.
you will find out in just a moment.
Aww.
So, Anya, Scorpion, and Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive. And you get a little nauseous from the trip.
What about I'm all robot. Well, I'm an android now.
He doesn't have an inner ear
My
to
my
get
brain still
disoriented.
functions that it's
He-
like there's
right?
the
Yeah.
it's nauseated. It's just like
Yes.
I just can't throw up.
His brain's like telling his body to, hey, get ready to hurl, and his body's like,
Making
Hurl what?
yeah, I don't know what you want. I mean, I don't have this,
There's nothing there.
And then his brain's like, oh yeah, that's right.
So weird.
Still getting used to a new body, right? And of course, Morgan is there, and Ajax, and then of course, Ada,
Mm-hmm.
and then not just them, but then you see Anderson and Heinrich.
Wait a minute.
As Heinrich looks over at Ada, and then of course begins worshiping Ada as the 4-2 reborn.
Ah.
Oh yeah, she's very beautiful.
Guten Morgen, Fräulein. Yeah, it's very pretty. It's very good.
But then you see concern on Morgan's face, along with Ajax, with his body language, as he draws his sword. And they look, and you guys are essentially in what appears to be a laboratory. Like an old-fashioned laboratory. You see beakers, you see collection of specimen, you see what appears to be blueprints laying on a desk.
I'm gonna go look at the blueprints.
Alright. You look at the blueprints and you see what appears to be designs for a ship. A kind of a sailing ship of old. Except, according to the blueprints, it's retrofitted to be able to travel between realms.
Is there a name?
Of the ship?
Mhm.
No, it's just blueprints.
I'm gonna take them.
Schematics. Alright. And as you do that, you hear a voice.
Mess up the flow of time.
You hear a voice. And he goes, why is it that every time I draw up these blueprints, somebody gets sticky fingers and swipes them? As he walks from the shadows. And you see this gentleman here. He's probably middle-aged scientist.
Ooh.
And then he says, welcome to my laboratory. The name is Oshotari.
This is a different realm, yes.
He says, yes, this is not where you came from.
Clearly.
As he
came
looks
from
over.
was on the 20th floor of a swanky-looking building.
He goes, where you came from was going nowhere.
Fast.
And
Wink.
as he looks over at Morgan, and he says, I'm sure you were very surprised at this. As you can see anger start building in her face, and she goes, Ada, where are we? And then she goes, your brother seeks your counsel.
Brother.
Brother. What are y'all exactly? Let's go and clear that up over.
And then she goes, my brother? What is he doing here? And then she looks, says, Ada, how long have you been working with him?
Ooh, double cross.
And then she goes, that's not important right now.
Thought there was a reason why I liked you, Ada. You're feisty.
Gonna find some
I like the feisty
popcorn or
ones.
something and just sit back and watch. Watch this family feud.
So Morgan, she tells Ajax, she says, stand down. Follow me. Let's go have this discussion with my sibling.
Can we join that? Like, I'm still curious. Curiosity killed the cat now. Satisfaction is what brought it back. I need to know what's going on.
And then Oshotari, he says, "Oh, there'll be time for that. You can just stay here, and I will actually show you. It's much easier if I just show you than try to explain it." So as Ada leaves with Morgan, and then also Ajax. But then Oshotari invites you to follow him as you guys go above the next floor up. And as you do, you guys realize that where his laboratory is actually on a ship. As you come up, you are surprised as you look around you and you see stars.
My God, it's full of stars.
Are we in the water or are we in the sky?
Yeah, do we feel like... Well, I guess any of us really know what it would feel like to ride on a boat on the water. Because we come from stuff with, like, floating technology.
Oh yeah, what you're looking at, what you see, there is no water. You are in the sky.
Interesting.
You're looking around and you don't understand how.
Okay. I'm seeing, but I'm still not comprehending.
World first footage. World first footage.
Yep. And then he shows you, he says, the schematics that you swiped are for a new design.
Do you want those back?
I've memorized them at this point.
Okay, good. They just look so lovely and so well drawn.
You and that cat lady. You two would be great friends. He says, are there not cat people where you come from?
I don't know, never ran into one. No.
What about people with pointy ears?
In movies?
Well, this is going to be a bit of a culture shock. So, he shows you all this, and then he explains that the ship itself is powered essentially by this crystal contraption that is controlled by the mind. It's linked. And it generates this field around it which protects us from debris and such like that.
Debris, the vacuum of space, horrible cold death.
Right.
What about the unfiltered, like, UV rays of a nearby like star?
Cosmic radiation, you know, all the fun stuff.
Fascinating. Truly fascinating.
And then he says, well, I think it's time that you met the captain.
Well, I mean,
Oh wait, are we all on the
it's not
same?
me, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then you see someone walk towards you who has this mocha-colored skin, these red eyes, scars like they've seen battle.
And, you know, seen exploding ships and whatnot. One of them happened to be mine, but it's fine.
And then he says, let me introduce you to Sky Captain Ari.
I mean, what? I mean, I'm not there.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not there. I'm there, but I'm not there. But
Sorry, one of the voices too.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well then. Why do I crave turtle soup?
It would smell so good, but I don't have a stomach for smell so good.
And he says, what we are doing is trying to save the multiverse. There is a storm coming. It's going to engulf every world.
Not the hero type, though. I'm more of, hey, I just found you wandering down the street in the dark, you're alone, I'm gonna kill you type.
Absolutely. But if there's nothing left for you to do that to, then what is there?
I feel like this is a trick. You're tricking me by telling me these things because obviously I'm going to say okay. Because killing people is just so much fun. Fine, you talked me into it. I guess I'll help you save the multiverse.
Do I panic a little bit because I can't connect to the net?
Wait, use me as a hotspot.
And he says, what we've been working on, we have been building for some time across multiple realms.
That is. Or set for later.
I am sure that our gracious guest, and also, well, commander, will inform us later. Right now, he is talking with his sibling.
Wait, I thought Ida, Ajax, and then Morgan went off. I thought Oshitari was the one leading us around. Or is it?
Yeah. But yes, he says, more will be given to you. For right now, I think this is enough for you to digest. This is
Fair enough.
a lot.
I mean, human brain, fully mechanized body. So yeah. Actually, I still have some components in there. So, but I get the point.
I'm having a slight panic attack because my viewer count is 0.
Oh,
no.
Are you Jones and everything? There's no web. How do I get views on my witch.tv?
But he tells you, he says, there are multiple forces at play. And Morgan and her brother are among the few surviving members of their family.
What family is that? Or, again, later. Too much information all up front.
Well, they've gone by many names.
Mm-hmm.
She actually has gone by not only Morgan, but also the Emerald Queen.
I'm sure it's fine.
And her brother has gone by Sovereignus. And he is also known as the Crimson King.
I'm sure it's fine.
Did y'all know that we were in the presence of royalty this whole time? I mean, cool, but like...
He has been building an army and preparing. His legions have traveled the multiverse. However, we're going to need more than just an army. What we're going up against is life and death.
Tell me about
The entire balance of the multiverse.
it. Sounds heavy.
I know a guy who specializes in that.
As he leans forward and he says, now you've told me that you've killed people before.
Yeah.
But have you ever taken on a god?
No, but it sounds fun.
We have a lot to prepare you for.
Well, Scorpion, my friend. I hope you're recording because it sounds like you're going to become a god.
I have exclusive content to this entire realm, apparently.
Yes. However, he says, for now, I think it's best if we show you your quarters. Have you rest. The trip must be draining.
Thanks for joining us over the last few weeks as we've gone through this roller coaster of a ride known as Neon Soul. If you've liked what you've heard, be sure to go over to SaturdayNightGamingLLC.com and check out some of our other podcasts. and stay tuned for more great adventures coming soon. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and visit heavenscapeonline.com as well. Until next time, this is Saturday Night Gaming signing off.